I have been playing Cyberpunk 2077 for about 30 hours, and I have to say that
Good morning, Night City!
this is a game update review of Cyberpunk 2077 Next Gen Update post-patch 1.5. So, is Cyberpunk 2077 good now? For the last week and a half, I've been playing Cyberpunk 2077 and have reached about 30 hours played now, and I am hooked. I originally pre-ordered the game before its release with the intention of playing it on my Xbox Series X, and due to a busy work schedule, I didn't get to play it until a few days after it was released. This allowed me to see all the negative reviews flood in from every YouTuber and gaming outlet. Everything from bugs to missing promised features and performances on last-gen consoles. This led me to become extremely disappointed, as I have been anticipating this game since before the release of The Witcher 3, another CD Projekt Red game which I fell in love with. With all that in mind, I still gave Cyberpunk 2077 a shot and played until after the mission where you go to the Maelstrom base to pick up the spider bot. On my first playthrough, I chose a street kid life path. This leads to a mission where you and an NPC, Giofalls, try to steal the same car. Some things happen and you end up becoming friends with this character, Giofalls. After the mission finishes, you are then shown a montage of missions you have done with Jackie for the last 6 months. Then it puts you into a mission, with this being the first mission you do with Jackie after that 6-month montage. I sat there looking at my screen in disbelief and shock. Why didn't we get to play these missions with Jackie? Instead of a montage, we could have played these missions and gotten to know Jackie better, since now that the mission we're in, we're all best buds, and it would have been nice to get to know more of the backstory of how we came up in Night City, gaining street cred along the way. This for me was the first sign that my expectations for this game would not be met. Shortly after completing the Maelstrom mission, I stopped playing the game altogether. Going on the Cyberpunk subreddit and other subreddits, seeing the list of things that were promised or shown in the previous trailers, and seeing that they are not in the game, along with normal quality of life things that should be in the game that are not, I was so disappointed. For example, in a game world where people change every aspect of their physical looks and body parts, we couldn't change our character's physical appearance at all? Not even our haircut? Obviously you can when you're creating your character, but once you're in the game world, you're not able to. You can't go anywhere to change your hairstyle. I wanted this game to succeed so badly, to live up to my expectations, especially after playing The Witcher 3. I played games like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Call of Duty, Black Ops Cold War, Warzone, and other games, and quickly forgot about Cyberpunk 2077, telling myself I will wait until the release of the next gen versions. And in my mind, hoping they would actually add some features we were expecting. As the months went on, I kept tabs on updates CD Projekt Red were releasing. These were mostly bug fixes, and they added nothing gameplay wise or feature wise on the larger side of the scale. This was expected due to the poor performance on old gen consoles and game breaking bugs. Finally, in February 2022, they released patch version 1.5 along with the next gen console update. This included 60 frames per second at a dynamic 4K mode, as well as other modes with ray tracing and better visuals. In the 1.5 patch, they added new apartments you could buy, the ability to customize your apartment, the ability to change your character's appearance and hair, and new weapons and attachments. They also made some fixes to police, NPC, and vehicle AI, as in the way they react to the player. On the vehicle handling side, they tweaked the driving physics, which made driving or handling the vehicles a bit better. They also made some changes to the perk tree, changes to the in-game map, and a whole slew of other changes and tweaks you could find on the 1.5 patch channel log. After seeing this news, I thought to myself, this is the big update I've been waiting for. I'll finally give it a go. I started the game as a corporal life path and have gotten about 30 hours in now, doing missions with Judy and Takamura. I don't know if I butchered that or not. Along with doing NCPD side hustles, side missions, and fixer gigs. All I can tell you is this game has me hooked. All I want to do is play it. I was playing Elden Ring, Dying Light 2, and Farming Simulator 22, but Cyberpunk 2077 now has my full attention. The stories, the characters, the world, they are all so amazing. The gunplay is surprisingly satisfying and feels good. I love going into any encounter knowing that the gunplay does not feel like a secondhand thought. I've also been using the katanas, which feel good to use. Just walking around the city and exploring is fun. Hearing the NPCs talk and going about their day is interesting. And the side missions are very well written and pretty fun. They definitely remind me of The Witcher 3 side missions that every game Looking at You, Assassin's Creed tries to copy for their amazing side missions. These side missions feel like fully fledged out main story missions, with lots of decisions and choices to make. You also have police side missions you can do, where there are groups of enemies that you need to take out and collect evidence to get a payout. And you also have gigs, missions for certain fixers who are like mission givers, who give tasks from clients for you to do for a price, of course. Completing all the fixer gigs for each fixer will now give you a reward, a new addition to the game from patch version 1.5. While there are some things still missing, like not being able to put tattoos if you haven't put them on when creating your character, or the driving still feeling wonky, although better now, or not being able to customize your vehicles, or the fact the 6-month montage with Jackie is still there, and while I didn't expect them to remove it and add actual missions, it still would have been nice to actually play those missions. This game is still good. I haven't seen any game-breaking bugs, just some small ones that didn't affect me at all, like a floating cigarette or a floating body here or there. I also wish there was more vehicle traffic, although the pedestrian count is really good. It's nice to see like groups of like 15 to 20 pedestrians in some areas all walking around, all looking different. It might not be exactly how they hyped it up to be, but it is still a very good game. A very good game that I will tell people they should definitely play, because at least now it is worth your time. After all the negative reviews and press, which were justified, I feel like this game has come a long way. While we reached the end of their update roadmap with patch 1.5, I mean, they did say there will be more updates, and I do hope they share those with us soon and have better communications with the fans. It would be nice to know if they plan on adding any more features before I get any deeper into the game. Even if I do end up finishing the game, I would definitely start a new playthrough if they did release more features, especially ones that were shown in the past that got us all hyped. All in all, Cyberpunk 2077 is good now, and definitely worth a playthrough if you're thinking about it in the past. I hope you guys enjoyed this video commentary. Definitely let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. And also let me know, do you think Cyberpunk 2077 is good now? What are your thoughts? Were you like me and waited for the next gen update? If you'd like to see some footage of the next gen updated patch 1.5, there's a link in the video description to the first couple missions of the game. Thank you for watching.
Sometimes